Hey everybody, we're doing a special troubleshooting episode today. I got a message from, I'm going to say his wrong name, not his wrong name, I'm going to say his name wrong, but it looks like it's PZ. So it's P-E-A-C-Z-Z-E. He's having problems with his Tascam and sound. So first off, I thought we would look at go back to this one. Let's talk about this again. So first off, there are two places right here. Whoops, I'm terrible at this. Right here. So no, yes, there. So you have your monitor out and your stereo out. Those run your that's your sound. That's your output. Well, that's two places out of three. The other one is a headphone jack, which is in the front. So what you want to do is, first off, you want to make sure you test all that stuff. That's number one. You just want to make sure that it's not humming. So what I would do for the first test is, I would try the headphone jack. Is the headphone jack working? Play something. Am I getting sound of the headphone jack? Then go to the line out. So if the stereo out right there, that one. If you're using that one, chances are that one has no volume. It's just, and we'll talk about that later. It's just a steady volume. You have no control over the sound out of that one. You do, but not as you do with the monitor out, which is right here, and that is handled by a different switch. You should be using the monitor out with your speakers. And your stereo out would be kind of like if you have a side recorder, like you're using a CD player or something like that, and you want to record on that. So, and now that we've got that out of the way, let's move on to troubleshooting. Okay, so now I'm not saying this is going to fix your problem. I'm just saying that these might be the issues that I've found. So we'll start off, we'll go to our good old Hue microphone, or Hue camera, which I just love. So first off, we see here, I'm just going to use this as first example, see that the mute light is on. I just turned this on. So I just turned this on. So that light is on. If you have that light on, and even if this is off, so here's your mute button, that light is on, that means that track is muted. And so I can prove that. I'll pull everything else down, and we'll play. And as you can see, it's track 17, 18 that we're looking at, and it is playing, because there it is right there. It's playing. So what I will do, so what you have to do to fix that is take mute off, and then I don't know if I have any volume. I guess we'll find out. And let's see, it's coming out. Oh no, it won't be coming out because there's another issue. Okay, so it won't be coming out because there's another issue here. So, so now as you can see, it's turned off. So now I have turned off that channel. You have to turn the mute button on to be able to fiddle with mute. If you don't, let's turn it off for a second. So like if you don't, so right now it's off. It just works the record buttons, as you can see. But if you turn the mute on, your select buttons go on. Now granted, if you're doing a bounce track, or if you're doing bounce track, the select buttons come on too, to say you have selected this channel and this channel for recording, like to play for playback, and then you select your record channel for the other part. That's what the select buttons are for. Never mind. Don't even listen to me on that. Don't even listen to me. So that's one. So you might have the tracks that you're trying to listen to muted, and they will stay muted even if you power down and then start up again. So that's one. Second is you have this right here. This is your main volume. This doesn't trump everything, but this is your main volume. This main volume is actually put into, let's go back to our drawing. It is in the stereo out. So that's controlling that volume on there, and I can prove that. I have the thing set up. I'm going to turn the volume up on here. I might echo a bit. I'm trying not to. So play it again, and I turn it up. you can see it is now transmitting. I'm gonna turn this down here because I know I can hear it echoing. I have my Sony's, these little speakers over here. They are hooked up to my computer, and they echo when they echo if I have them, because my microphone will pick them up. This guy right here. Yes, I have tons of cables around here that I gotta clean up at one point. It's part of my daily life. So that's number 2. So check this. Make sure it's always, just put it at 0. That's all I do. I leave it up all the time. You don't need to play with it. That's number 2. And yeah, you know about, you have to put, so if you want sound to come out of the tracks, you have to bring it up to where you want it. That's understandable. Now, if you have your speakers, your monitor, you should have your big speakers plugged into the monitor out. That one right there. So if you have that one, that's handled by this guy right here. But this and this work together. So your stereo button and your monitor out, or monitor level, they work together. They work in tandem. So you have to make sure that they're together. Also, another one, so I can show that. I don't have the speaker on. You'll hear it through the microphone. I'll play a bit again. So that was coming out of my monitors. That was coming out of my Foersters right there, the big ones. Okay, that's 2. So now you've checked those 2 things. Next, all right, this is going to include, I'm going to try to get as much of this as I can in here. The monitor select. Check to make sure that you have it on the stereo. Because if you don't, see, because right now I'm monitoring the stereo here. If I switch it to anything else, that's now monitoring what I'm bouncing. Even though I'm not bouncing, it's monitoring what's going into the bounce. That's what it's listening to. Effects send 1. That's in the back. Go back to the drawing. I love this drawing. That is these right here, right in the middle of the 2 things. That's the effects send 1 and 2. So once again, got to monitor it. So it's like, okay, so am I using that? Check that. That would be another spot where it'd be a good idea to check. Now, like I said at the beginning, I don't know if this is the problem, but we're trying to narrow it down, and I'm giving you options to show you what it could be. So so we've done the mute, we've done the stereo, we've done the monitor, we've done the monitor select button. So those are 3 things which could be the problem. So I don't know about if the monitor select is a power up or power down thing. I don't know about that. The next thing is you need. I'm trying to just move my. I have a head. There we go. That'll be fine there. Okay. Next, you need. Yes, I'm stretching out my goose neck so I can show you. I'm going to turn the light. Ooh. You need to make sure that your speaker is power amped. You can't just have, this looks crazy. So as you can see, I have mine set to maximum. Put it down a bit so you don't get the glare. There you go. So you can see it's set to maximum. Check that on your speaker. And yeah, this one will do both inputs, but I use the 1/4 inch one. So that my friend is another thing. You have to have powered speakers, because this does not give enough power to amplify a speaker. It's enough. It's pretty much a line out. It's just enough power to send it to another device to do something with it. So that's the next thing you should look at. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I can't think of anything else. So that's what I would say. Check all those things first. If anybody else has an idea of what it could be, please put in the comments, and you know, maybe I'll revise this video with the rest of the suggestions, saying, okay, yeah, it could be this, could be that. These are the things that I know I've had. I have had it where I'm sitting there and I can see that I'll just, like, you know, I can see, oh, look at it, I got all this here, and I had all these up. So it's like, you know, it's like I have all this up, but it's not working, and it was because the stereo was not up. So yes, I know, and I had monitor up too, and I'm like, what the heck? And this guy here has thrown me off a lot. This should always be at 0. That's why they don't really have like as you can see on the other ones here, in the middle ones. I'll just go over this side. You can see they have put, you have a 0, which is your middle, and then you have a boost up to 6. They don't do that with the stereo. It's, you're at your height, that's it, you're done. So once again, thank you for subscribing. Everybody who subscribed, thank you. I had a great shock today. I walked in and I'm at 200. Like, once again, it's not a big number. It's not about the number, but when you subscribe, it just makes me feel good. It means somebody actually is listening to what I'm saying, and they're finding what I'm doing useful. So I'd like to once again thank everybody, and I will talk to you guys later, and have a good evening. Well, actually, it's an evening here. It's Saturday night. I've been doing stuff all day. So have a good day. Talk to you later. Bye.